ready to match the stars. Leslie Nielsen, Brett Summers, me, Johnny Olson, Patti Deutsch, Richard Dawson, and Marcia Wallace as we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 75. And now here's the star of Match Game 75, Gene Rayburn.
John, isn't it nice to see you up there?
Thank you, Mr. Gene Rayburn. It's nice to be sitting up here next to my pal Brett and all the rest of the
wonderful
panelists.
Don't touch her. It arouses her. Something fierce.
She falls apart.
I guess a word of explanation is in order here. We make no pretense about the fact that these shows are taped a couple weeks in advance. I mean, all daytime shows are done that way. And this particular day happens to be the day when the clocks were supposed to have been turned forward 1 hour. And somebody who usually sits in that seat forgot to turn his clock forward 1 hour. And so he ain't here. And you may never ever see him again.
Well, actually, we're live, but the audience is on film.
No, but he'll be along in a little while. In the meantime, we're delighted to have Johnny Olson up there to fill in for us. And now let's, us old-time celebrities here on this platform, welcome the new kid on the block, Leslie Nielsen.
How are you doing?
Terrific kid.
How are you? Thank you. Very good. How are you? Glad to be here.
Now, Leslie? Yeah. I've seen a great deal of you on television. I've always enjoyed your performances, but I've never seen you do any kind of game show. Is this,
No, I've done a few.
You have you've done a few.
Very badly.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be... He did your show? Oh, well.
Yeah,
He's a veteran there. All right, good luck, kid. And now let's say hello to our current champ, John Levinson. Hello there, John. How are you?
Pretty good, you?
Good. When we were together last time, John had just won one game. He's got his $100, and he's going to try and collect a big pile of money now as we go to the audience match. You ready for that?
Sure am.
We'll do that right after we do this message for you. This is John's first trip up here, and if you're set...
I hope so.
Can I touch your velvet?
Certainly.
Boy, that's terrific. Where can I touch it? It fits him, doesn't it?
Very nice.
Yeah, pretty natty guy. Get off the stage. All right, John, we polled a recent studio audience and we got their best response to this. Blank Robinson. Now, the answer they gave most often is worth $500 if you match it. You match the next one, you get $250, and the third, $100. 3 of these celebrated people are permitted to help. Whom do you choose?
Richard. Greatest fighter of all time, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson. Okay. Richard would say that since he's a fight fan.
All right, Marcia.
Marcia?
Hello.
Marcia,
The
darling.
famous Mrs. Robinson.
Mrs. Robinson. Please, Mrs. Robinson. Yes?
Patti.
Patti, what do you say?
Hello.
Hello, Patti. Blank Robinson.
She's playing for two, you know.
Swiss Family.
Swiss Family Robinson. So you've got Swiss Family Robinson, you've got Sugar Ray Robinson, and you've got Mrs. Robinson. Do you want to choose one of those, John, or do you want to think up one of your own?
I think I'll go with Mrs. Robinson.
You go with Mrs. Robinson? I think she'd like your velvet jacket there, then. Okay, Mrs. Robinson is the one he's looking for, and of course he hopes it's under the $500 response. We're going to start at the bottom, though, and see first if it's under the $100 response. Smokey Robinson.
Who in hell is Smokey Robinson?
That's Mr. Robinson.
That's Mr. Robinson.
Oh, yeah. Husband and
All
daughter.
time around. It was very smoky in his house. All that activity there. All right, we're looking for Mrs. Robinson. Here is the $250 response. Swiss Family Robinson is up there, the one that Patti gave you by, what's his name? All right, last chance for Mrs. Robinson. Here is the $500 response. Jackie Robinson.
We had.
Oh, Leslie
We
had
both
it.
had
You had it,
Jackie
too.
Robinson.
Edward G.
Yeah. You what?
I was between that and Mrs. Robinson and Jackie Robinson.
You were in the middle of that trio?
Right.
Yeah. Well, that was an interesting experience.
Checking up,
But I'm sorry you didn't get the money.
Smokey Robinson got billing over Sugar Ray Robinson?
I don't understand that.
Isn't that amazing?
Listen, in all candor, I must ask, and no offense, Smokey Robinson, whoever you are.
Well, he is. He's a fine rock singer.
He what?
He's the lead singer of the Miracles. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
Who are the Miracles?
It's a singing group.
That worked with Smokey Robinson.
I
I got
see.
to catch up.
All right. Well, John, you still got your $100. You're going to play another game right now. You ready for that?
Okay.
Let's meet another player and welcome Sue Hooker. Hello, Sue. Now, Sue, would you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
My husband and I live in Cerritos, California.
Yep.
I'm an airline hostess, and I'm presently on temporary leave of absence right now because we're expecting our first child in May.
In May, you're expecting a child. This little lady is expecting. You're expecting yours, Patti.
This show is catchy.
No.
It's a very fun show.
I-
Everybody that shows up with
When are you
reason.
expecting your child?
June.
June.
I'm expecting mine in August.
August. November. Leslie?
September.
September.
Halloween.
Twin.
Johnny.
April Fools.
April Fool's Day.
Also February.
Yes. Well, I'm going to keep my dressing room door locked. I'll tell you that.
I hate it when you lie.
Is there anything else you want to tell us?
No?
That's about it, huh?
Very happy to be
Okay.
here.
Good luck to you here. Let's begin, shall we? Sue, please make a selection.
B, please.
B. All right, folks. Larry the Lush said, he said, hey, bartender, I want to talk to you. Bartender, don't turn your back on me. He says, you won't believe this, but I just saw the Statue of Liberty blanking in the Hudson River. Bartender, I'm talking to you. Bartender, you believe this?
I certainly do.
I just saw the Statue of Liberty
I'd believe it if I could understand you.
blanking in the Hudson River. You know that lady who stands out there with the...
You do a terrible job.
All right. Did you hear that, Sue?
Yes.
He says, bartender, you won't believe this, but I just saw the Statue of Liberty blanking in the Hudson River. Why are you so mystified?
Oh, I've got it. I have a better.
Oh, you finished. Yes, of course.
Oh, I have a better.
Did you put it in the
answer.
slot?
Oh, put it in the slot.
Put it in the slot.
Sure,
That's
yeah,
it.
Brett,
Okay.
happy as,
Yes, sir. Brett?
I've known Leslie Nielsen for 20 years. I have.
A lot of laughs, isn't he?
That's not what he said 20 years ago.
Okay, Sue. Larry the Lush says, bartender, you won't believe this, but I just saw the Statue of Liberty blanking in the Hudson River.
Tinkling?
Tinkling. That's why, you see, she's standing there with one finger raised like that. Yes, you are first to show and tell.
Well, you see how booze can affect a person, you see, because you can do it very daintily like this, but it's really tinkling.
Oh, yes, in that case, of course. There's one for you. There you go, right in there.
Very
All
good,
right, so
sweetheart.
far, everything's terrific, Leslie. All right, Brett.
I was going to say dancing, but she didn't have a partner. And so I put something I thought was fairly sensible. I said swimming.
Swimming in the Hudson River.
Oh, come on.
Not a bad answer. No. Statues don't swim, especially those made out of statuary bronze. Now, Johnny Olson, you're up for the first time.
All right, Gene, I've gone by the Statue of Liberty many times in New York.
Yes.
And I've looked up at her.
Yes.
I didn't see her tinkling, but I saw her dripping.
Oh. Yes. I must say, Johnny, that is more politely put than any celebrity has ever put it on this program.
Thank you, Gene.
How about you?
How about me?
Yes.
Yes, well, I wasn't even close, she cried. I said backstroking.
Backstroking. Another swimmer in the Hudson. All right, Sir Richard.
Isn't it about time the show bought a drink? I said tinkling.
Tinkling. That's 3 for you, Sue. What? Do not frown.
Well, once again, my innate good taste has gotten me in trouble.
It has.
I passed by all bodily functions
Yeah.
and went to swimming.
Swimming.
Yes.
What we
Bell
have
ringers.
Okay, so she did pretty well with hers, didn't she? 3 for you. Your first round question comes up after this message is passed along to you. All right, I want to say something. It's the second half of round 1. John, this is for you. Sue did pretty well with hers. Now, you're all familiar with the television detective Cannon, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Now, Mrs. Cannon said, my husband is really lazy. Every morning, to get him out of bed, I need blank. What?
What?
Huh?
Mrs. Cannon said, my husband is really lazy. Every morning to get him out of bed, I need blank. She's talking about Cannon, the TV detective.
TV protective.
The TV detective.
Blank.
I just want to know, do you have an answer for that question?
Yes, I do have an answer for that question.
Well,
Would you
give
like
it
to
to
share
me.
it with anyone?
No, I can't do that. That's not fair. Now, Cannon, you know, is a very large man. Does that's of equal help to both John and to her, and really no help at all, I suppose, but I'm just telling you who he is.
There now.
Did you get one, John?
I got it.
You know
John
Cannon
gave
there.
a terrific answer.
I saw him one night when I was with Charles. Terrific.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wrong.
No, no right or wrong here. John, you ready? Are you familiar with Cannon?
Yeah.
Right. Mrs. Cannon said, my husband is really lazy. Every morning, to get him out of bed, I need blank.
Help.
Help! They've warmed the cockles of your heart, haven't they? All right, Leslie.
Hi, honey.
What do you mean by that?
It's your turn.
Okay. When you're that big, it's not laziness. I put down a crane.
A crane, certainly that's an answer. When you show and tell, if you'll just hold it here, sometimes they can get a tight shot, you know.
Okay.
When it's a good answer like that, be proud of it.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's a rotten answer, just hold it, you know. Just...
Something I said?
All right, Brett.
I said wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow.
A bad answer.
Yeah, that's another possibility. Yes. You're all making friends here with Mr. Cannon, aren't you? What do you say, John?
Well, I say it being on CBS, that is canon and all.
Right.
That he does need a little help once in a while with ratings and getting out of bed and stuff. So I said the best thing to get him out would be Kojak.
He needs Kojak. Kojak can help him out. Very good, John. There's a whole new career for you here, John. Yes.
Oh, hello.
How do you do?
Yes, I on the other hand. It's catchy, isn't it?
It's terribly catchy.
I said that you would need a forklift.
A forklift. Well, the audience hasn't really responded positively to anything yet. Let's see what you've got, Richard.
Could I show tinkling again? They respond to that.
Yes,
no,
they did.
A very large gentleman.
Right.
Because she couldn't lift him.
No.
So to get him out, she would need grease.
And shove them out, right. Grease them up and slide them
all
right
the
up.
way to CBS.
Slide them to the sea, all right.
Slippery little devil.
Yes, he is. Every morning to get him out of bed, I need blank. And John said, help. Now, what do you say, my dear?
Jean.
Oh, Marcia, darling. Marcia.
Jean,
Oh,
Jean.
Marcia.
Do I hear John?
Marcia.
John, Jean, Richard. Nothing sprang to mind. That probably surprises you all.
Yes.
Kojak.
Kojak. That was 2 Kojaks.
What are they?
One forklift and a crane. And a partridge in a pear tree. What do you say, Sue?
I'll try B again.
B. All right. Now, 3 people do not play, and 3 do. And you know who you are, so why waste the time going through that? Count Dracula said, while strolling down Transylvania Avenue today, I was approached by a panhandler. I gave him a blank. That's what I gave him. I gave him a blank. A blank.
That's what Count Dracula said while strolling down Transylvania. Oh, you don't play. Why should I bother?
No, tell me, by all means, Jesse.
While strolling down Transylvania Avenue today, I was approached by a panhandler. I gave him a blank. 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 Okay.
Please don't talk about me. Will I go?
So, Count Dracula said, while strolling down Transylvania Avenue today, I was approached by a panhandler. I gave him a blank.
A bite?
I gave him a bite.
They let you know when they like it and when they don't like it, don't they? All right.
Oh, they're gonna love this answer.
They are.
Don't you worry, kids. We're getting on fine. He happened to have a paring knife with him.
Yes.
And I thought he was going to give a portion of his body.
Oh.
He gave her a finger.
A finger.
Revolting. Revolting. Hello, little girl.
Hello.
What have you got there?
I've got a bite.
You got a bite. That's one bite for you. Would you like to give her a bite?
Oh, sure, but I can't.
Why?
Well, Jane, may I speak frankly?
Yes, don't touch me, though.
No,
Just talk to me.
I certainly won't.
Yes.
Once again, I have an answer that's less than adequate, but I tend to doze off during some of your impersonations.
Talk about a bite on the neck. What about a stab in the heart?
You sure know how to show a guy a good time.
Now show us your answer.
Oh, sure.
And
Now,
be humiliated.
Hickey.
A hickey. Joe? Ira. Now, hold everything. I will appeal on your behalf to the judge.
Thank you.
Now, if you do a hickey right, it's really almost a bite.
Sure.
Ira, weren't you ever a teenager?
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. Ira, how do you do a hickey? Come over here. How do you do a hickey? How? Haven't you ever been in the back seat of a 19... That's right. Now, isn't that a bite? No? Sorry, Sue. It's the best I could do for you.
Gene?
All right, what?
Is he a good kisser?
Yes. Look at the red mark he left right there. See that right there?
Yeah,
There it
looks
is.
just like a bite.
Yeah, it looks like a bite. Now, we're going to put the bite on you for a little business here, and then we'll be right back. Here we go. Our last question in this game. Now, you've got to match 4 celebrities to stay in the running here. However, John, if you match 5, you'll win your second game. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Horace said, he said, yesterday I went to a very unusual wedding. Old Farmer Brown married his blank. Yeah. Very, very unusual wedding. That's old Farmer Brown. You remember him?
Oh, surely.
Well, that tall, very tall.
Very nice man.
Well,
I'm already finished.
well, that's because you're from Maine, you know.
I know all about Farmer Brown and those eggs.
He
Remember
married
they-
his blank. Old Farmer Brown did. Well, he wasn't that old. We called him Old Farmer Brown. Even when he was a young man, we called him Old Farmer Brown, yes. But he was getting along. You understand. Okay.
Remember Farmer Brown with the eggs in math? You know, Farmer Brown had 7 eggs. He gave 3 away. He put 2 under 5 chickens. You know, all that? You know, I could never do math. I finally figured I confused it with literature. It's the truth. It's like with all those stories, I got so involved in the story, I was unable to figure out that 4 from 2 was 6.
You were waiting for the eggs to hatch.
I was so upset about Farmer Brown failing.
All right, John Levinson. Horace said, yesterday I went to a very unusual wedding. Old Farmer Brown married his blank.
Cow.
His cow.
I got one here.
You got one there? All right.
Tis the Farmer Brown who is now in Folsom because
Right.
he married his cow.
Oh, splendid. You, my dear.
He gave away his chickens, and he took us to cow.
Aha! Johnny O!
He married his favorite moor, cow.
The cow. You need one more to tie, John. Do you offer him a cow?
No, his cow was spoken for, so he married his pig.
Well, that's what they said about her.
A lady pig, a sow.
You need one more cow
Wasn't an unnatural
to
marriage.
stay in the game. There it is. You got a tie score. Okay, 4-4. We got to go to a tiebreaker, but before anything happens, we got to go to this message for you. I'm sorry, I was gone for a minute. I was bleeding here a little bit.
Very nasty
Yeah,
fight.
right. That's
Very nasty.
Our producer was showing me, demonstrating what a hickey, and it got my shirt all. I had to have it cleaned, all that.
Irish hickey.
Say good night, and we'll go to the medical
Oh,
place.
all right. Join us next time for Match Game 75. Gene Rayburn here. Goodbye.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game 75. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Stay tuned for Tattletales next over most of the CBS stations.